All right, welcome to another episode of A Dude and His Watch. Today we're going to look at pretty much, I would say this is my first luxury purchase. This is the Oris Aquis 39.5 millimeter. And just to run through some of the basics of it, I know there's a lot of reviews out there on this model, but if you haven't seen them, it's 39.5 millimeter case size. So basically here to here. The diameter of the crystal itself from here to here, it's about 25.6. The thickness, case thickness on this is about 12.5 millimeters, so not too thin, not too thick, especially for a diver, something I would consider like a dress diver. The hands and indices on this have the Super Luminova BG W9. Glows real good, long lasting, pretty bright. So you definitely get the lume department box filled out there. That's one of the things actually when I was looking at this, I was sort of cross shopping it with the Oris Diver 65. And from what I could see in a lot of the reviews, the luminous material on the Diver 65 wasn't that great. And if I'm spending decent money on a watch, we need to have that lume working. So one of the reasons I went with this, we'll do something obligatory for everybody here. Quick wristwatch check. SBDC 065 today. It's a little bit blurry because, I've got this thing on my, there we go. It's a little bit better. Anyways, so back to the green Oris Aquis. I think for anybody that's been collecting watches for a while, I think you start off Orient, Seiko probably. Unless you got deep pockets, you might just be willing to jump into the big boys right away. But this was my first quote-unquote luxury purchase, so I made sure to do a lot of research, look at all the videos on this, and this is what I went with, the green dial. I wanted something that, I know this is dark, so in low light, like this, looks kind of black, and then when you get the light on it, yeah, it really pops, and you see that sunburst radial effect on there. So it's a beautiful watch for sure. In this watch, you get 300 meters of water resistance, so it's pretty good, especially if you're dust diving. You definitely need something that can go that deep. Also, the caliber in this is the they call it the Oris Caliber 733. It's really just a Sellita SW200. So you got the automatic hand winding and hacking. On the back you can see the modification, the lone, well, not the lone probably modification, but one of the few things they do to it is the red rotor. If I can kind of get you a good angle on that. I'm not actually going to pop a link on this in anything. There's other dudes out there for that. One nice thing about this, I love how the integrated bracelet tapers. So like I said, it's 20 millimeters and it does taper down. You can see it as you go along the bracelet here. So I think it goes down to about 16, and that helps it wear real nice. You can see on my example here, again, it gets worn, so there's scuff marks and scratches there. I don't care. I'll never get rid of this one. It's for sure a lifer. It's just too many good memories with it. It's my first, again, luxury watch. So, and I think it's a really good starting point for a lot of people, getting their first luxury piece. If you're spending over $1,000, really can't go wrong with the Aquis. In fact, I like mine so much, kind of getting my wife into this stuff. And again, I've had this for a couple years, so got her this a couple years ago as well. But we got matching Aquises. Well, not quite matching. Hers is the 36 millimeter. The hands are a little bit different on this. I'll do like a side-by-side comparison eventually. This one's not set or anything. It's just been kind of in the box, and then I shook it a little bit. There are some small differences between these two, which again, I don't have a lot of watches to review, so I'll save that for a different video. But yeah, his and hers watches. Why not? We got his and hers tattoos as well. So my wife is from Peru, if any of you speak Spanish. We got matching tattoos that say no me jodas. And if you speak Spanish, you can tell people what that means in the comments. But yeah, I mean, if you guys are looking for, you know, like your first big, quote unquote, purchase watch-wise, I don't think you can go wrong with this. You know, you got the sign crown. One of the things that's not fun on this is adjusting the bracelet. So here you can see on the crown, they've got those little, sort of like a Y shape screw. I don't know how well you can see that. There, it's focusing a little better. On both of mine and my wife's watch, I forget which side it was, but one of those did come out, and I had to special order the screwdriver because I did not have one of those. I think the Loctite they put on these is something fierce. I know I definitely needed to get some magnifiers to see this, but yeah, it was a pain to adjust. So I've got it adjusted to where it is. I could probably take out another link. If you saw the short that I posted this week on this one, you see I had to, when I did my wrist roll, I had to flip it over because, yeah, I wear this one a little loose. It's just such a pain in the butt to adjust, so I haven't really messed with it since the first time or two that I've, you know, set it up. But it's a great watch. I like the diver's extension. Rare that I need it because, again, I've got a size a bit loose. But it is nice on a hot day. I had another one of these. I liked it so much, I kind of made a mistake and had the money and wanted to get another nice watch. I didn't really know what to get, and I knew I really liked this one, so I got another Oris Aquis, 39.5 millimeter. But I got the dark blue with the black bezel. But yeah, the diver's extension is nice to have on this in a pinch if you need it. It's no glide lock, but it's done better than a lot of the base level Seikos that you would see. It does just wear beautifully. The weight's perfect. The sizing, I think, for my wrist is great. I'll put it on wrist real quick so you can see it. But yeah, I just wanted to throw this out there. Some measurements, some shots of the watch. You know, if you are thinking about moving up to spending over $1,000 or so on a watch, I don't think you can go wrong with the Aquis, what you get for the money. But there it is in my 7-inch wrist, and I'll try to back this up a little bit here so you can see that better. Really plays with the light beautifully. It's got the satin brush finish on the mid link and then high polish on those outer links. I really like how the lugs angled down. They're just kind of short and stubby. That keeps the you know, lug to lug distance short, which I forgot to look that up for you because honestly I just looked this stuff up on the internet. I don't have calipers to take measurements. You can watch some other show for that. But yeah, I think for what you get for the money you pay, it's not bad. I got this back in 2020. I think it was like $1,400. And the secondary on these isn't so great. I've seen these go for about $1,000 or even $900 before. So if you are looking for one of these and you don't want to even spend the money on the new one, I think secondary market with a movement like the Salida, you know, it's a quote-unquote workhorse. It's pretty rare that you get a bad one, you know. Shop the seller, really take a look at the pictures, ask questions. But I think, yeah, I think you can get this for right around $1,000. It'd be just fine. Love how it plays with the light. It's a great, you know, even if you wanted to do like a one watch, get this in black. You just cannot go wrong with a black dial dive watch. It does everything, especially something like this that leans more on the dressy side, you know, and that's something people talk about a lot. Dress watches, or not dress watches, but dress divers versus, you know, more of a quote-unquote tool watch, which I think one big brand that's definitely known for that is Seiko. You know, compare it to something like the Turtle here, you see a big difference, right? I think with the dress driver, you're looking more at having the sort of baton type indices going all the way around, maybe slimmer hands. And you got something like the turtle where it's all about legibility. It really is. It's just all about how quickly you can read it at a glance, the water resistance. And you can see just in the design cues, there's a big difference between those. Obviously, the turtle's a lot larger at around 44 millimeter versus the 39.5 on the Aquis, but, you know, they both serve their purpose. Anyways, wanted to mention that I'm trying to make sure that my phone is the correct angle on this, so you don't get the horizontal image this time. Trying to just stay with the vertical. Also, grabbed a gray t-shirt to put these on because I don't really like the white background I've had before. I think it kind of washed out a lot of the color, so hopefully this is better, this one. But yeah, just quick little video about this with some wrist shots. Why I think it's great for your first entry into that quote-unquote luxury level, which I think, you know, just as a way to define it, probably a grand or over. You're spending $1,000 or more on a watch. You know, I remember the days when I thought 500 was obscene, and you dip your toes in here at 1,000 to 1,400 like I did on this, and now all of a sudden, oh, you know, an Aquaterra for about 3 or 4 grand isn't so bad, or Tudor Black Bay, or what have you. But yeah, it's a slippery slope for sure. It is definitely a slippery slope. Anyways, ooh, little rattle there. I got a Chiefs game to get ready for. So I'll see you guys next time. If you have any questions or anything, drop them down in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Click that bell icon, y'all. I swear my kids watch way too many YouTube videos. I know the whole drill. All right. Go Chiefs.